Hello, it's Remi again. We're having another episode in Dima's cool shop, and this week I want to talk with you about sprouts. I've been really busy, as you can see, and all these pulses and seeds are coming from Dima's shop. I want to show you today 2 seeds, alfalfa seed and fenugreek, and 4 pulses, mung bean, red bean, lentils and chickpeas. The pulses are the seeds of the legume plant, and they're very rich in fibers, protein, amino acids, minerals, very good for you. Everybody knows that lentils and things are good for you. But when you sprout them, when you let them grow, that first start of the plant, you get the full power and the full force, the life force of that plant. And it's really good for you, and it gives lots of energy. So the last few weeks I've been growing the sprouts, and we've been eating them every day for breakfast. I eat them like this, on a sandwich with tahini, and then I eat the sprout and you get lots of energy. It's amazing how much energy you get. They actually say that with 1 handful of mung beans, a yogi can live for 1 day. But we make it till lunch, actually. I give Paul, my husband, also the sprouts, and he's been ill for a few years, but he's okay now. And the energy he gets from them is amazing. As you know, we make sand sculptures on Burgers Beach, and it's very physical. To make a sand sculpture, you have to move a lot of sand, shoveling. We wet it with water from the sea. He has to carry the buckets, so he walks to the sea, fills up the buckets, walks back with the buckets, and that's heavy, buckets of water. And he does it all on a handful of sprouts till lunch. It's absolutely amazing. I want to show you the dried seeds and beans, legumes that I'm using, and the different stages. You see here the dried fenugreek, for example. Here it is soaked in water for 1 night, 24 hours. And here it's sprouted. It takes about 3 to 5 days, depends on the weather actually. And the difference in mass, it's amazing. It fills up whole jars. I actually I also tested the mustard seed, and they're so small, the seeds. And they grew so much that it filled up the whole jar. I could hardly get it out. It was like a carpet of roots and stuff. That was quite funny. Here we have the lentils, normal lentils that you cook with. Here they are soaked after 1 night, and here they're sprouted. These are the lentils. Very tasty, crunchy. And you can eat them raw or stir fry with them, or cook even. I wouldn't put them in the microwave because you made a live food, and you don't want to kill it in the microwave, really. Here are the chickpeas, also very good for you, and soaked after 1 night. And here is how cool they grow. They grow a root and the first start of the plant. Also very tasty. I want to stick them in my mouth, but then I can't talk anymore, so I won't do that right now. The alfalfa, dry and soaked after a night, and here you see when it's sprouted, it's a lot more volume. The red beans, here they soaked after 1 night. You can already see how much more they grown, and then the sprouted version. And here the mung beans, green mung beans, dried, soaked after 1 night and sprouted. I have got little stories about every one of them. So let's start with the fenugreek. Fenugreek, I got it here as well in my fancy tray. Oh, maybe first I'll tell you the different ways how you can sprout. There are very fancy things for sale, like this one, that I borrowed of Dima actually. And you just fill up the trays with the soaked legumes and things. I'm gonna stick one in my mouth. Tasty. And you spread them out and you rinse them. I do it twice a day because I like to keep them fresh and I don't want to develop weird smells and stuff. And the funny thing about these trays is they develop roots under there. You see that? So when you take them out, you have to do a little bit like this, wiggle, wiggle, and then you can get them out and eat them. So this is the fancy method with an expensive tray. Oh yeah, it catches the water in the bottom. So there's water there. My other fancy method is these tops. Somebody 3D printed them and they were very expensive, so I only bought 2. And it's really easy. You hold them under the tap, water in it, swirl it around, and then drain it out. And then you set them up like this. And the water, the leftover water, drains out during the day because you don't want the sprouts to sit in water because they can develop, you know, whatever, bacteria, sogginess. So you want a good circulation of air. And I do that twice a day. But if you don't have a fancy tray or fancy tops, you can do it just simple style in a jar, a burkan. And when you rinse it and then drain it out, I use for the bigger ones my fingers as a filter. See? But you can also use a piece of cloth or a piece of mosquito netting. And to set them up, I use a little, see, they want to fall out. So you put them back in. To give them that elevation that you have with these fancy jars, I use a simple cleaning sponge. And set them up like this. And the sprouts that we have here are about 5 days old. And then they're ready to eat. The fenugreek I wanted to tell you about because these pellets are pretty amazing. In India and Asia, they use these in the cooking. And it's a little bit spicy, a little bit like radish. But they have some other really good benefits. Because in India, if you travel in countries like that, you're very likely to develop stomach problems. You know, like food poisoning, diarrhea, all that. Like, they can really spoil your time there. So these pellets, if they get into contact with water, they develop a mucus disinfectant slime. And that lines your intestines. And it gets rid of all the bacteria and yuckies and you're all right. I had it sometimes that you plan a day trip and you feel like, oh no, oh gosh, it's gonna happen. This is not good. And you take about this much, 7, 8, 9 pellets with water, like a glass of water, and you let it go through you and you feel all right. You feel all right within half an hour. It's really amazing. So fenugreek. And it sprouts really well and quick as well. Actually, it's one of the quickest ones. These are the fenugreek right here. And this is 3 days. And they taste a little bit spicy, a little bit like radish. And when you soak the fenugreek, the water turns yellow. And that is that slime that I'm talking about. So I don't throw away that water, but I drink it. And any water from sprouts you can catch and feed to your plants. It's really beneficial. There's all the good stuff in there, minerals and stuff. Alfalfa seeds, another amazing seed. There's actually people who live just on alfalfa seeds. It's a bit extreme for me, but you get loads of energy from it. They're tiny little seeds and they grow really cute things. And this is what we used to do in Holland with my mom at Easter. So we take the top of the eggs and we put cotton balls in it or a bit of earth, and then we grow the hairs. And I'll leave this here in Dima's shop, and it will grow really long hairs over the next few days, so that will be fun. Now it's a bit like, it's still a bit short. Mung beans, the green ones. These are actually my favorite. These are the tastiest, the crunchiest, and I like them. They're fresh. They have a fresh taste. And I eat them for breakfast with all other ones. And it combines very well on, for example, a sandwich with, I'll put this down for a minute. Now I'll eat it. It feels, I guess I like eating. A sandwich with hummus or tahine or whatever you fancy. At the moment try to avoid cheese because it gives me too much mucus. And then you put your sprouts on the top. You get your alive food that your body craves, and you have you feel full. It really feels full. It sorts us out till lunch. In Celtic cultures, they see the young woman as a flower, the mother as the fruit, and the older woman, after the menopause, she is the seed. And the seed contains all the wisdom and the knowledge and the power of the whole plant. So here I am, and hopefully towards the end of my menopause woman, and I'm spreading my wisdom and my passion with the world, which is what older women are supposed to do. So here you go.
We can do a montage of you just eating.
Ja, maar dus eten.
Are you hungry?
I'm always hungry.
No, it was really.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can cut things out if it's too much.